Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everybody out to our February chamber luncheon. Got some beautiful weather today, always helps our crowd. Looks like everybody's still filing in. We're going to go ahead and get started. First and foremost, to do our opening prayer for lunch today, I'd like to ask Pastor Curtis Sellers from Science Hill Nazarene Church to please come forward and bless our meal today.
Would you bow your heads with me this morning, just for a moment? We thank you, O God, for the rich heritage of these United States of America, for the evidences of your favor in the past, and for the hand that has made and preserved us as a nation. We thank you for the men and women who by blood and sweat, by toil and tears, forged on the anvil of their own sacrifice all that we hold dear. Many of them are in this room today. May we never lightly esteem what they obtained at a great price. Grateful for the rights and privileges, may we be a chamber conscious of duties and obligations. We're so thankful to be a part of a chamber where honesty is the rule and not the exception, where suffering and pain really does impress us, and where our advanced technology has not overwhelmed our sense of responsibility or dulled our reverence for life. Continue to help us as a chamber to be creators, changers, and helpers in our world. Help us as chamber members to model integrity in our government, justice in our courts of law, and equality in human rights. We thank you for the food that we've eaten and are about to eat. We ask that you would use it to nourish and strengthen our bodies. In the name of Christ we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor Sellers. So we have two for Tuesdays today, and we're going to have them come up. So first, from Health Markets Insurance, Brooke Coffey. Brooke, are you here? Right here. Come on up, Brooke. Join us. Brooke's got a couple of minutes here, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about health markets.
Finding dental and insurance plans can be confusing. Confusing like, why am I sitting here in a hospital gown waiting to get my eyes checked?
Ready?
Absolutely not. See, having the wrong coverage can mean you get the wrong care, or you're paying more than you have to. That's why I love Health Markets, your insurance marketplace. They make sure you have the right coverage, health insurance, Medicare, and yes, dental too. Think that's painful? Wait till he gets the bill. But with Health Markets, for less than $1 a day, you can save a bundle every time you go to the dentist. Exams, cleanings, and x-rays, those are covered at 100%. That sounds free to me. With over 200,000 dental providers to choose from, it's easy to get the care you need. Heck, there's even options with no waiting periods. Call today and you can save tomorrow. Now that'll keep you smiling.
Health Markets.
Call your local agent, Brooke Coffey, for your free fit score. That's 606-271-8750.
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I'm here with your local Somerset Health Markets office. You all already know what we do. We let Bill tell you a little bit about that. I want to let you know just a little bit about what we're doing here for Somerset area. I'm here with Linda Kinser. Linda's on our team, and Maria West. Linda is a retired Air Force veteran, and she joined us last year. And Maria is a retired teacher, and she's also a Kentucky English-Spanish translator. She joined us within this year. And then, do you have the map? I'm going to send you a United States map. Okay. Okay. We had a map just showing the states we serve. From here in Somerset office right now, we serve Maine, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina, and Kansas. This year we hope to add on the rest of the Southeast. We're going to add North Carolina, the Virginias, and then Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi to our area. We're doing a lot of recruiting. Our new office is in the Gateway Center. We've got room for about 6 or 7 more agents in-house, and anybody that wants to work from home, they're welcome as well. So if you all know anybody looking for a new career, we'd love to have you over at the Somerset Health Markets and Gateway Center. Thank you.
Brooke, your friend was very excited about saying Kansas over there. We take that personally here in Kentucky. Our second two for Tuesday, CASA of Southern Kentucky. I'm going to ask Amy Markham to please come forward. Class of 96, we graduated together.
Thank you, Bobby. Bobby's a little taller than I am. Thank you all for coming out today. My name is Amy Markham, and I'm the Executive Director of CASA of Southern Kentucky. And no, we're not a Mexican restaurant. The mission of the association is to support development, growth, continuation, and strengthening of the court-appointed special advocates programs here in Kentucky. CASA programs recruit and train volunteers to advocate on behalf of children who have come into the court system as a result of dependency, abuse, or neglect. CASA volunteers are community-based and are appointed by judges to serve in child abuse and neglect cases. Once assigned to a child, the volunteer researches the case, reviews documents, interviews relevant people, and makes a report to the court to what is in the best interest of the child in terms of services, placement, visitation, reunification, and permanency. In 2022, there were 328 new CASA volunteers trained. There were 1,238 active CASA volunteers. But let this sink in. There were 20,324 Kentucky children involved in abuse and neglect cases. Only 3,538 children were served by CASA. This is where you come in. We need you. We need volunteers. We need you to change a child's story. To become a volunteer, you do 30 hours of pre-service training, and then the commitment is about 10 hours a month. I know most of us in this room could commit 10 hours a month to change a child's story. There's a CASA quick fax laying on your table. There's also my business card. And just to let you know, as we all know, finances are one of the biggest barriers in nonprofit. This May the 6th, we'll have our first big fundraiser. A big shout out to the Harbor. They are closing down the restaurant for our event that day, starting at 2 p.m. There are many ways that you can help in that event. There are sponsorships, and there are also individual tickets for $100 each. If you have any questions, we have a booth in the back, and my card is on the table. Today, you can change a child's story.
Thank you, Amy. We have several information tables here with us today. This is a free service that we offer for our membership. If you would like to come out and set up an information table and just talk with our crowd, interact a little bit, and have people learn a little bit more about your business or your organization, we take those on a first come, first serve. Like I said, there's no charge. Just call our office, and we reserve those so you can set up and talk. And I want to recognize all the info tables that are here today. So Toya Tetsu, CASA of Southern Kentucky, the University of the Cumberlands, First Choice Clinic, SPIDA, Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, the Center for Rural Development, Heads Up Digital TV, Cumberland Falls State Park, Amedisys Home Health, Crown Staffing Services, Mindsight Behavioral Health, the University Center of Southern Kentucky, Somerset Community College, the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, JM Financial Coaching, the Chalet Gourmet Dining, WTLO Somerset 106 Radio, Flashback Theater Company, Health Markets Insurance, Brook Coffee Agent, Somerset Smoke Show Grill-Off Competition. Don't sleep on that one in the corner over there. That sounds fun. Millennial Title and Morrow Art Studio. Could we give these people a big round of applause, please? A couple of quick events and just a big thank you to everyone who attended our recent chamber banquet. Our chamber banquet was one of the largest that we've held in my 11 years here at the chamber. We had over 825 people in attendance. If anybody that was there, you know, the tables went for as far as the eye could see. It's incredibly impressive, and I want to thank everybody who comes out and supports that, to where we get to celebrate the successes of our business community. And we had some wonderful successes that we celebrated from 2022, so thank you all. Also want to put in a plug. Coming up on Saturday, March 11th, our 11th annual Shamrock Shuffle 5K. So after 10 great years in Burnside, we are moving our race to downtown Somerset. We're very excited about a change of venue, a new race course. We have more sponsors this year than we've ever had in the 11-year history of the race. And we've got a lot of fun bells and whistles. We're going to have a huge after party. Chief Hunt is here, and I know he's been incredibly integral in getting the race course put together. We couldn't do that without him. We really couldn't do it without him. If he wouldn't let us do the race course, we couldn't do it. So thank you very much. But that's going to be at 10 a.m. on Saturday, March 11th, and come out and participate in that. And also, Tiffany Finley couldn't be here today, but she wanted me to put in a shameless plug for another one of our events that the Chamber hosts, the Rise Women's Leadership Luncheon Series. So this will be episode 5. We do this quarterly after 4 great sessions in 2022. This will be our first session of 2023. It's going to be held on March the 23rd, and that'll be from 11 to 1 p.m. right here at the Center for Rural Development. So this is going to be all about health and wellness and self-care is really what this one's going to be about. We've got some great sponsors. I'm looking at Amy out here. Mid-Mornings with Amy is a sponsor, Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, and the Center for Rural Development. So, ladies, this is free to attend. We have had 500-600 women that have attended our first 4 events, and I would encourage all of you to come out and participate in this. These events are wonderful. I know there's going to be a panel discussion with several doctors here in town and physicians, and then the second part of it, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag too bad, but there's going to be breakout sessions with women-owned businesses and organizations here at the center, where you can go and you can interact and have a lot of fun and get to know some of our women-owned businesses that deal with healthcare and and wellness and things of that nature. So again, that's on March 23rd, 11 to 1 p.m. here at the Center for Rural Development. So finally, I was asked to put in a quick plug for the Lake Cumberland Polar Plunge Special Olympics, always a crowd favorite. I saw our guys here earlier from the Lees Ford Marina. They host this every year. It's on March 11th, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. till noon as well. So March 11th, Polar Plunge out at the harbor. So help out Special Olympics, get signed up for that. In saying that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn over the program. My newish boss, President of the Chamber for 2023, Mr. Sean Doherty.
All right, as I call this meeting to order, I would like to thank you for attending. First of all, to our members. Our members are obviously what make our organization strong, so thank you for being here. I'm always excited about the participation that we have with our elected officials and representatives. Thank you all for being here. Your support is very much needed, and we appreciate it. And then last, any guests that we have with us today, I challenge you to ask us questions, learn more about our chamber. We would love to entertain you being a chamber member. I can tell you the benefits, or we've got a whole host of other members around here that can help you with that as well. Next, I would like to recognize our world-class sponsors. You'll see on your table, you have a list of those, and they are also here on the wall behind me. I'd like to draw particular attention to 2 of our newest, E-Step Energy and Lake Cumberland Real Estate Professionals, powered by Keller Williams Bluegrass Realty. Next, our Chairman Circle sponsors. You'll see them listed here on the wall as well as on your tables. And then our Ambassador Circle sponsors. We'd like to have a big round of applause for our sponsors. Thank you. We're also very appreciative to the Center for Rural Development, Laura and Lonnie. Thank you guys for the great place to host our monthly luncheons. You're a great partner of ours. Sassy Spoons Catering, thank you for the great food. Coca-Cola Bottling of Somerset and Pepsi-Cola Bottling of Somerset. Thank you all for the drinks you provide. Next, I'll have Lisa to come up and introduce our new chamber members for the month.
I would like to welcome our new members, and if you're in attendance, please stand to be recognized. ABC Supply, Kearney Brock. Amcon Environmental, Rock. Baptist Health, Corbin, Debbie Harden. Big City Pizza, Tim Parker. Bougie on a Budget, Julie and Brian Shepard. Knight Law Office, Mark Knight. Mill Springs Studio, Dan and Natalie Mickoff. Randall Dobbs, Realtor. Reckless Motorsports, Lewis Keemish. We can please give all of these new members a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Next, another very vital part of our chamber is our ambassadors. And I would like to ask, if you're an ambassador, please stand to be recognized at this time. Thank you for your service. Our ambassadors certainly carry a whole lot of the workload for our chamber, and you are, again, another strong part that makes our chamber what we are. Speaking of ambassadors, each month we have an Ambassador of the Month, and today Laura Glover will present our Ambassador of the Month with recognition. Josh Collins. Congratulations, Josh Collins, Master of the Month. Okay, we are also very appreciative of our sponsors of today's luncheon. First, Kingsford Manufacturing, who will not be presenting to us today, but we're very appreciative of their sponsorship of this month's luncheon. And then second, Toyota Tetsu, TTAI. Donnie Slagle will come up and present to us today.
Thanks, Sean. Just we want to take a minute this year. We've really never taken the time to share Toyota Tetsu, so just a couple things. My name is, Sean says, Donnie Slagle. I'm the Vice President of Administration at TTAI, and 10 years ago was my 26-year anniversary at TTAI. And like so many of our team members, I've been blessed to build a career really right here in my backyard where I grew up. And so in my 26 years of working at TTAI, the one question that I continue to get to this day is, what do you guys do out there? And it kind of blows my mind because I think we've employed maybe everybody in the county, but we still get that a lot. So today we prepared a short video really to show what we do, not only inside our four walls, but inside the community as well. And so thank you again for the opportunity to speak, and thank you very much. We are TTAI.
Over the past 25 years, Toyo Tetsu America Incorporated has provided employment opportunities to thousands of individuals. Job stability, world-class benefits, and career advancement have been realized by hundreds of our team members. More than 80% of our management team started their careers at TTAI in entry-level positions. TTAI prides itself in recognizing the efforts of our team members and their accomplishments, as our great employees allowed us to win the CAM Manufacturer of the Year for 2022 and Toyota's Quality Award for the second year in a row. TTAI is proud to call Somerset home and has adopted a very aggressive community involvement stance. We are honored to be involved in many community events and initiatives, not only through financial support, but also by allowing our members to actively serve on local boards and participate in local events. We intend not only to keep this pace in the future, but to increase our participation and activity within the community. We are proud of the work we do in the community and projects we help. Projects and community organizations like local fire and police departments, Somerset High School Solar Jumpers, Rogers Scholars Program, God's Food Pantry, the United Way, and many local sports and athletic teams, just to name a few. We do this with our community in mind, the community that has supported us all these years. In 2021, Toyotetsu established the TTAI Community Workforce Development Scholarship in partnership with Somerset Community College to help the community and to build a lasting legacy. TTAI will award 4 $1,000 scholarships to graduates from all 4 high schools in the county: Pulaski County High School, Southwestern High School, Somerset High School, and Somerset Christian School. In the spirit of community, since the reopening after COVID, TTAI has hosted tours for 12 area schools and business organizations. We have showed our facility to hundreds of students who we hope will someday become great employees for our company. We have called Somerset home for the past 25 years, and the people of Somerset and Pulaski County are directly responsible for our continued success. Partnerships with local agencies such as the Chamber of Commerce, Somerset-Pulaski Economic Development Authority, county and city governments, and the great businesses and business leaders in the region have provided us access to the tools we need to be successful.
Again, thank you to Donnie and TTAI, as well as Kingsford Manufacturing, for sponsoring today's luncheon. And as evidenced by the big crowd we have today, we have a premier guest speaker for you, and I've had the pleasure to meet him recently, and am proud to be able to introduce him to you today. Dr. Larry L. Cockrum is the 10th president of the University of the Cumberlands. Dr. Cockrum joined the Cumberlands family in 2005. Prior to his presidency, he served as the vice president for academic affairs from 2007 to 2014. Under his leadership, enrollment has increased from 1,700 to 20,000 students. This growth is largely attributed to his vision for expanding the university's affordably priced online degree programs. Prior to his experience at the Cumberlands, Dr. Cockrum served as Dean of Administration, Dean of Students, Executive Director of the Keeter Center for Character Education at College of the Ozarks. Dr. Cockrum has earned several degrees and honors, including a bachelor's degree in science education from College of the Ozarks, a master's degree in science education from Missouri State University, a doctorate degree in higher education administration from Vanderbilt University, and a postgraduate certification from Harvard University. Dr. Cockrum and his wife of 50 years, Dixie, they have 4 children: Jason, Nicholas, Lindsay, Cassie, and they also have 3 grandchildren: Cora, Indy, and Louie. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Larry Cockrum.
I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak. You know, being an old teacher and coach, I couldn't begin without knowing where my class is. Therefore, I got a pretest for you. It was sitting in the seats for you. It's an exercise in geometric psychology, so if you would, fill that out. It's not your physical appearance, it's how you fill that out. Set it aside, we'll discuss it later. Now, if I seem a little nervous, I want to apologize, but the size of this room and this group kind of brings back memories. You see, I was a basketball coach at a football school. I used to coach at Texas A&M University. And the football coaches spoke at all the big Aggie functions. They spoke in Houston and Dallas and San Antonio. And the last time they sent all of us basketball coaches to other areas. The last time I spoke to a place that this reminds me of was at a hospital in East Texas. And as I was talking, I started into my talk. I was about 2 minutes into my talk, and a gentleman stood up about where this guy is sitting right here and said, "Terrible, terrible, terrible, worst speech I've ever heard." And I looked over at the head psychiatrist and I said, "Look, I can't continue." And he said, "No, you've got to go ahead. You'll be okay. You just continue to go." So I started back into my speech again. It was about another 2 minutes into the speech, and the gentleman stood up again and said, "Terrible, terrible, terrible, worst speech I've ever heard." And I again turned to the head psychiatrist. I said, "Look, I can't continue in an environment." He said, "No, no, no. You don't understand. You have to continue. That's the only sane thing that's come out of that man's mouth in the last 6 months." So anyhow, let me begin to talk about what I'm supposed to talk about, and that's University of the Cumberlands. For those of you who don't know, it was founded in 1888, and we opened our doors to the students in 1889. Now, the strength of this institution is its ability to adapt to the environment that we encounter. From its humble beginnings as Williamsburg Institute to Cumberland College to now University of the Cumberlands, the institution has stayed grounded in its original founding mission, and that's to provide a first-class education at the rates within the means of the region's young people. Now, with regard to enrollment, according to the Kentucky Council for Post-Secondary Education, in the fall of 2021, we became the third largest institution of higher learning in Kentucky. Now, we've not received official numbers for this past fall, but unofficial numbers indicate we'll remain the third largest institution in higher education in the Commonwealth. As far as our overall enrollment for this past semester, we ended the fall with a student head count of 19,636, with around 5,000 undergraduate students and a little over 14,500 graduate students. This university has been very blessed. According to the Chronicle of Higher Education, we are the fastest growing private nonprofit doctoral granting college in the United States. So you might ask, how have we accomplished this? 17 years ago, we moved into online education market, and over that time, we've developed a robust online delivery system. Our first move into online education was in teacher education. When I first came to Kentucky, it was the first place that I'd been where if you're a teacher, you had to obtain a master's degree by your 5th year or you couldn't remain a teacher. So when I looked at the numbers at that point in time, there were about 50,000 teachers in the state of Kentucky. 25,000 of them needed further education at some point in time. So to me, I thought, well, that's a no-brainer. We can get into that business. So we were actually the first in the Commonwealth to build develop a fully online master's program. I had hoped that we would capture about 10% of that market, or about 2,500 students. We currently own about 38% of that market in Kentucky. Now, as we developed other programs, we have been intentional in making sure that there are jobs at the end of the program. For example, we were one of the first to develop a master's degree in cybersecurity. To me, there are two kinds of companies, those that have been hacked and those that are going to be hacked. You know, at the university itself, we block over 300,000 cyber attacks a week at the university. I'll mention just a few other programs that we've developed for your knowledge: a master's in physician assistant program, a master's in nurse practitioner, doctorate of physical therapy, master's and doctorates programs in mental health counseling, MBA, doctorate of business administration, and a master's of science in artificial intelligence. We've been recognized as one of the top 10 schools in the country for our Masters in Global Business with Blockchain Technology. And as you can see from the others on the list, we're running with some very elite schools in this company. Next, I want to address our intentional effort to help students be ready for the workforce. We have curriculum mapped many industry certifications into our classes. For example, all students in teacher education become Google Classroom certified. Undergraduate business students have embedded in their classes Google Analytics, HubSpot Sales Enablement, Growth Drive Design, to mention a few. Our graduate business students are eligible to sit for Project Management Professional, Certified Financial Analyst, Financial Risk Managers, to mention a few. And our information technology students have up to 35 certifications embedded in their courses that include CompTIA Cloud Plus, Certified Ethical Hacker, and CompTIA Network Plus. It's our belief the university must partner with industry to develop tomorrow's workforce and deliver an education at the cost within the means of our students. There must be a return on investment for those students. One example is the CPE report indicated Cumberland's bachelor's degree in elementary education is one of the top 5 programs in the state for bachelor's low-level income graduates wage ratio. You know, we've built our online and graduate programs on 3 premises: quality instruction, affordability, and service to the student. The growth of our online and graduate programs have allowed us the opportunity to stay true to our mission. We want all students to know that at Cumberlands, there is a clear and affordable path to a college degree. That's what we call Cumberland's commitment. 4 years ago, we reset our tuition by dropping it 57% for our traditional on-campus students. And here's what we had hoped would happen when we did that. We went from $23,000 to $9,875 a year. One, we hoped it would increase the student headcount on campus. 2, we wanted to increase the number of students from Kentucky. 3, we wanted to balance the number of student athletes and general students on campus. 4, we wanted to decrease the dependency for federal loans for our students. And 5, we wanted to lower our discount rate. We're in our 4th year, and here are the results. 1, we've increased student headcount on campus by 697 students. 2, we've increased our Kentucky resident students on campus from 53% to over 65%. When I started at UC, the athlete to general student ratio was 62% athletes, 38% general students. Today, we have 46% athletes and 54% general students. Currently, the students have shown over $1,500 less in federal loans borrowed per year. And lastly, the university lowered its discount rate from 69.2% to 36.5%. Now, this slide that you're seeing now shows the University of the Cumberlands published costs for our traditional on-campus students for 2023 and the comparison of the averages of the other ones. You know, still today, 44% of our students are first-generation college students. We want to make pricing simple. We don't have any book charges. We don't have any lab fees. We don't have any parking stickers. We don't have any of that. We have 2 charges. And there's a charge of tuition, which is $9,875, and a room and board charge of $9,300 for a total cost of just a little over $19,000. Now, according to the U.S. News and World Report, University of the Cumberland students on average have the lowest student loan debt and highest percentage of social mobility of any university in Kentucky. Social mobility is essentially the rate at which colleges enroll students from low-income backgrounds and graduate them into higher income situations, effectively climbing the social economic ladder. This makes me feel real proud and that we're continuing to uphold the foundational mission of this university. So we've lowered tuition, took away books and fees and expenses. We've lowered our discount rate. So what's next? So our next move in the Cumberlands commitment is to raise $200 million in a board-designated scholarship fund. I'm certain we'll be able at the university to set aside $100 million to match giving. So the endeavor to raise $100 million is a bold and lofty goal. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a school like ours raise this amount of money for scholarships. However, we're going to give it our best effort. And when I think about the students and the families that it'll help over the long haul, I'm convinced it's a just and lofty goal we need to attempt. You know, many schools have large endowments, but the monies are not used to directly impact the cost of education for the students and their family. So let me kind of paint the picture for you. Currently, it's costing our students on campus $19,175 a year to attend. So after scholarships, Pell monies, and other awards, the average out-of-pocket cost for that family and that student is $8,000 a year. Well, if we reach our board-designated scholarship fund, we'll use those earnings to offset what it actually costs a student to go to school. That would mean about $5,000 for each student. Therefore, the average out-of-pocket to go to school per year would be about $3,000 for each student. Now, the group of students that this helps the most are those who come from working-class families or middle-class families. It'll help the families who make too much money to get Pell monies but cannot afford the cost of an education without going into debt or getting a second mortgage on a home. In my opinion, it's one of the most important maneuvers that we can make at the university. You know, the heart of this university rests on its original founding purpose, and that's to provide a first-class education at the rates within the means of the region's young people. In other words, offering promising students of all backgrounds a well-rounded academic experience enriched with Christian values so they have what it takes to strive for excellence, lead with kindness, and give through service. So may we always have the Cumberlands commitment. Are there any questions that anybody would like to raise before I finish this up? No, spoke too well. All right, then take your little sheet out. We'll see what you are here. Take your little exam sheet out. If you put down a square, that you were a square, those are the hard workers of the world. They're very structured. They take copious notes. They don't miss a thing. They're the workaholics of the world. If you put yourself down as a triangle, those are the leaders of the world. They love to be recognized on the way to the top, and they'll make it. They'll make it at any cost. They have the killer instinct. They'll listen to a speaker and say, I could have said that. Or they'll read a book and say, I could have written that. They're at the top of the triangle, and they're driven by power. If you put yourself down as a rectangle, you're not quite sure of where you stand. You're currently going through some kind of change. Kind of like when one goes through puberty or a divorce, they're just in a change motion or mode. The circle, if you put yourself down as a circle, those are people-oriented, people of the world. They love to talk. They avoid conflicts. They're good lovers. They're caretakers of the world, really successful and will almost make it to the top, but won't quite get there because they don't have that killer instinct. If you put yourself down as the squiggly, those are the creative people of the world. They view the world a little different than everyone else. Disorganized, but effective. For example, they're the people with the piles all on their desk, but they know where every little thing is. They may not look like they know what they're getting ready to do before they do a presentation, but they'll make a great presentation. Y'all have a great evening.
Dr. Cockrum, we're very appreciative that you're here today. After listening to you, I'm impressed with the progressiveness of the university under your leadership, and I'd like to present you with or I'd like to commission you as a friend of our chamber.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Better hold. Do that again. Yeah, Ross has to be happy.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, get your tickets out. We're at that point in the program where we've got some free stuff to give away. First, from M&W Printing, we have a 20% off coupon. Let me shake these things up just really well. So it's not just the late folks that are going to get picked. All right. I have ticket number 748436. 436. Do I have a winner? Oh, maybe somebody left early. I can't imagine after that speaker that you'd leave early, but all right. The next is 748379. 379. Right, back here. There you go. All right. Next, we have a $20 off R&B Dry Cleaners gift card. 748-308. 308. 20 bucks. R&B Dry Cleaners. 308. Do I see? All right, over here. All right. Next, we have $25 gift card to Buffalo Wings and Rings. 748-412. 412. Jeff, there you go, Jeff. All right, $20 gift card to Hardee's. And of course, I should make sure you know Buffalo Wings and Rings and Hardee's are the ones who've donated these. $20 Hardee's, 427. 427. $427. No? Surely we didn't have two people leave early. I don't believe that, Doc. They must just not look at their tickets. Okay, I have a white ticket here. 865-6937. 6937. There we go. Back in the back right here. This region looks like they're lucky today. Whippoorwill Diner, $25 gift card. 748-360. 360. Oh, back here to the left corner. Cammie? All right, from the job shop, we have a $25 Visa gift card. 748-417. 417, right here in the center. Chick-fil-A, we have 2 heart-shaped cookie boxes. We'll draw for each of those from Chick-fil-A. 748-388. 388. 388. Nope, we're going to move on. I have a white ticket. 865-6943. 6943, back here in the center back. And the second heart-shaped cookie box, 748-382. 382, right here. All right. All right, it looks like Randall Dobbs Realtor. He's donated a $25 gift card to Texas Roadhouse. $25 to Texas Roadhouse, donated by Randall Dobbs. 748-305. 305. All right, over here to the left. Gosh, Donnie Slagle, a $100 gift card from TTAI. $100 Walmart gift card. All right, now you'll look at your numbers. 748-294. 294. Okay. All right. All right, and last but not least, the University of the Cumberlands has brought with them a University of the Cumberlands gift bag. $748-351. 351. Right here in the center. All right. I'd like to say with the beginning of my presidency here, we're going to adjourn roughly 10 minutes early. I don't know if that's ever happened before, but that is a direct correlation to your leadership. But here to lead us in the pledge to our pledge here is retired United States Air Force Colonel Frank Beatty. If you'll lead us in the pledge.
You know, we typically hold our hand over our heart, but it's also appropriate for active duty and veterans to render a salute if they would like. So I invite all the veterans to join me in a salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Frank. Look forward to seeing you guys next month. Thank you.